Namaste and welcome back. All right, so let's dive into category number 2, which is the neutral types of meditation. So the neutral category, the objects of focus essentially are, again, there are so many. It just depends on what you like, and I'd definitely recommend trying out a few. So some examples are external objects of focus. Okay, so let's say you're somebody that doesn't like keeping their eyes open, keeping their eyes shut during meditation. You can do an open eye meditation. It's called tataka, which means gazing. And the objects you can gaze at are a candle flame, for example. It could be a flower, or it could be something distant, like a tree or a mountain. Again, try, experiment with different things, see what you like. For the internal objects of focus, the most common one, which I'm sure you've heard about, is the breath. Using the breath as an object of focus. You have your chakras. You have different energy points. Doing a body scan, or focusing on a part of your body that maybe needs healing, for example, and just sending love to that body part, and healing it that way, right? So again, the objects of focus are so many. For this particular video, I'm going to take a deeper dive into the breath-based meditation, because I know a lot of you are going to want to practice that, or are familiar with it essentially, but may want to just know a bit more about how to conduct it. So it's really simple, okay? The main two rules are, rule number 1, okay, is to, whatever object you're focusing on, is to focus on it with loving attention. Okay, it's not a really like forced or aggressive type of focus to keep your concentration. It's meant to be relaxed and loving attention that you're giving to your object. And the second thing is, your mind is going to wander. Don't think that you're going to be able to keep your concentration on your object for the prolonged period. It's impossible. Even the most advanced yogis are not able to do that. So expect your mind to wander, and when it does wander and you realize that it's wandered, just bring it back with love and loving attention. That's all you need to do. So let's say we're practicing using the breath, okay? The first thing that you want to do is you want to just sit down and not control your breath, but rather just come into the rhythm of your natural breathing, essentially. Come into the rhythm of your natural breathing. And once you've caught that wave, once you've caught that flow, then what you want to do is focus on the breath and get to know it and just fall in love with it, essentially. There's so many things that you'll start to notice. For example, the temperature of your breath. You'll start to notice the speed at which it comes in and comes out. You'll start to notice how deep, it comes up and how deep it goes out. You'll start to notice how nice it feels inside you when you're taking in oxygen and filling your body with that prana, and when you're releasing or exhaling, how nice it feels to get rid of the toxins that are coming out. You'll start to get into tune with all these different things. As your concentration gets better and better, what you can do as an option is to narrow your focus. So let's say you were focusing on the full range of motion. Now you can narrow your focus just to the tip of your nose or your nostrils, and just feel it coming in and coming out, coming in and coming out through the tip of your nose, okay? Once, if you're doing it for the first few times, I'm not going to lie, okay, it may be a bit difficult to get into this motion, but as you do it a few times, I guarantee you're going to love it, because you see, our mind, it loves the sound of our breath. And as you continue to listen to it and get to know it and fall in love with it, your mind becomes really, really calm, really, really calm. And the breath is a bridge between the body and the mind. And just like in the previous video we looked at using a mantra, just like that, your breath, like a taxi, it transports you from that outside noise to the inner silence. So try it out. It is as simple as it is. It's really, really beautiful. And for this type of meditation as well, I still highly recommend using a mala for your concentration, which is, using each bead to count your breath and just refocusing yourself. If you don't know how to use the mala, check out the video on the mantra meditation or how to concentrate. The technique is in there. But that is it for the breath-based meditation. And again, this technique that we just looked at of focusing with loving kindness can be used for any object, whether it's internal or whether it's external. You can focus on the sound of a flute or a waterfall or a flower, whatever it is. Just keep your focus there with loving attention. Loving attention is the key. And when it wanders, bring it back again with loving attention. There's no haste, you're not trying. When you're trying, you're not meditating. It's like sleep. You try to fall asleep, it's not going to happen. It needs to happen naturally with love. So just create the conditions for it, and just allow it to happen with loving attention and loving kindness. That's all it is. Namaste.